Hello, my name is Charmaine, and this is my screencast for my primary source assignment number 1 for History 17B. I'm basically going to go over the process that I took to choose a topic and also come up with some of the choices I have for my primary source. So basically how I did that was I started to brainstorm and I just tried to come up with some ideas and find what basically sparks my interest. And I wanted to find something that could be related to me in some ways. So I thought really hard and I came up with an idea. And that idea pretty much was something that I've been wanting to learn more about. I just never really had the chance to. So that idea is actually I wanted to concentrate on the immigration period, um, basically between the 1930s and the 1960s. And I wanted to kind of talk about the Immigration Act of 1965 as well. But actually, I wanted to concentrate more on just Filipinos. Um, so basically my topic is Filipino immigration between the 1930s to the 1960s. It's just a good way for me to kind of learn more about my heritage, and I thought I could take this opportunity to go ahead and do that by writing this paper. So I definitely am pretty excited. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you basically how I did to, find my primary sources. And so the first thing I did was I typed in Filipino immigration. And then as you can see, these are the choices that came out. And the ones that are in purple are the ones that I already viewed. So there's quite a few that I already looked at. But the first one that actually stuck out to me was this one right here. And it looks like it's an essay that was written by this lady. And she basically just goes over, the post-1965 Immigration Act. And it seems like she concentrates on the Filipino immigrations. So it definitely was something that related to what my topic and what I chose. And she included a lot of good information. But as I got further down, I realized how short it was. But it was definitely a good start. And I see that she included her works cited, or the sites that she used for her essay. So I took advantage of that, and I actually looked up what she had looked up. So, but this one's the one that I actually decided to keep. So we'll go ahead and go to that website. And yeah, this is the website. So that link actually took us to more detail about the 1965 Immigration Act, which is something, like I said, I do want to include that in my paper. But my paper, I do want to, concentrate more on Filipino immigration in general instead of just concentrating on the Immigration Act. But I definitely want to include that because it was definitely a big part of that whole history. But I read through it, and it seemed like it really had some good information, and I definitely wanted to use this site as a choice for my primary source. And as I, went through the pages, I discovered some other information that I can find on this site, which was great. So, yeah, see, it includes a lot of information. So the next thing that I did was I, kind of went through the site and I found that you can actually break it down to ethnic groups. So I chose Filipinos, and it shows here that there's actually a lot of information in that as well. So it gives, some facts about Philippines and the connection to the U.S. and Filipinos migrating to America and just the struggles and things like that. So this was something that I definitely want to include as a choice for my primary source because I can get a lot of information from it. Okay, and so to go back to the choices that I had, I went to this website next, and this too actually gave a lot of good information. It is basically about the Philippines history site, and it goes over all of those different things, and it includes the migration to the U.S., which was good. And all on the left side actually shows all these different links just for that topic, which is perfect because that gives me a lot of information to choose from. And it includes a lot, like, racial discrimination. It also includes the Immigration Act. So it definitely is another good choice for my primary source. So I put that on my list and bookmarked it and everything. And then next, I basically wanted to find a book that kind of covers immigration, Filipino immigration. And so what I did was I researched some different types of books, and not only that, but I actually asked around I asked a few of my relatives that have knowledge of a book or have read a book or just know of one, and so I asked them for some book references, and a few of them actually gave me a good list of choices, and there was one book in particular that was actually read by a few of my relatives, and they were raving about it, and it's actually a story about one person's experience from migrating from the Philippines to the US, and just, what they went through and everything. So it definitely stuck out to me, and I wanted to take advantage of that. So I went around and I started to research that book. So I went to Amazon.com and I looked up that book, which is about Philip Veracruz, and this is actually how it looked. And on Amazon, I actually wanted to look at the book description that they had, just so I can get some more information on it, and that's what I did. And just from reading it, seems like it's definitely something I'm interested in reading, and it looks like a very interesting book. So that was a very good choice. So I selected that as another choice of my primary source that I can use. And the next thing was basically trying to figure out if it was available at a nearby library. So I went to the website, the San Jose Library website, and I just searched the book, typed it in, and then once I hit searched, it actually pulled up, and it says that it's actually available in the MLK library, which is perfect because that's the library that I always go to. So knowing that it's at the library is definitely good. So, I have that choice instead of having to purchase it. And that's basically all the three choices that I have for my primary source. And I definitely feel really confident in all three of those, that they will work very well for my paper. And that is my screencast for my primary source assignment number 1. Thanks.